When I was asked to give the reading, I was told, quote, at Erla West, concise is best. Greg had his doubts about that. I'll give it a shot. I want to thank everybody for coming here for Ryan's birthday. Today is his birthday. And it's also the birthday of the other Ryan, Jim Ryan. And while we are concisely talking and celebrating, we just had a birthday this month of my sister Nancy. And it was yesterday the birthday of Charles Lindbergh, and we have that's coming up. The birthday of Charles Lindbergh. The birthdays of me and Carla and Griffin and incidentally myself all this month. And then we thought, since we're all here anyway celebrating, why don't we just celebrate the marriage and the wedding? And you saw them earlier exchange their vows, pledging their life and their loves. We would like to thank everybody for coming from diverse, distant locations, like, if I can get this, California, Alberta, Canada, Colorado, and Illinois, Iowa, and Maryland, Massachusetts, and this is the big one, Nevada, New Jersey, New York, and North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Washington. Ryan and Ann determined how many miles have been traveled to get here. Ryan did that for his wedding. I made my own calculations and I've determined it's a lot. But to be concise, I won't go into all those calculations. This is where I get to embarrass Ann with all the childhood stories, like the time she thought she could fly and she launched herself off the basement stairs and broke her arm. Like the time she had that Klaxon horn purple tuxed prom date, whose mother and grandmother showed up at the high school snapping pictures. And the time, minutes before her first competition at the Devon Horse Show Equestrian, she broke her martingale. And, well, I could go on with those stories, but there was a time she woke up out of a bad dream, came over to us and said, "Are monsters real?" Except she pronounced it monkers. And I assured her that monsters are real and she better get back in bed. And the time, and this is my last one, she faced the embarrassment of having to be in public in a swimsuit, prompting Carol Walton to buy her a wraparound skirt. There were also a lot of good memories, and I'm sorry I'm giving more for Ann because I've known her longer, basically all of her life. All the equestrian competitions and her focus on challenges. It started with love of animals. She loved dogs and horses and the rabbit and the hamsters. I was a little concerned when she woke us up one morning to proudly let loose on her bed her spider collection. She's always been driven and been an achiever. And there was all those equestrian days and then her education. We thought Bucknell would be enough for her. But we found she was then applying for a master's program at Penn, and that wasn't enough for her, and she's applying for a PhD program at Temple, and her combined average GPA on all those programs was north of 3.9, And after all the education she launched in with the running and the exercises, and started with the local competitive 5Ks, then the half marathons, and a half dozen marathons. Dan and Kim visited Team Marathon at the Nashville Marathon, and marathons weren't enough. She started in with the triathlons. Steve visited us, cheering her on at her first triathlon. Then she decided that she would get her own place. She researched what condominium to buy and how to finance it. Once she got in, she taught herself how to miter crown molding and how to install tiles and how to deal with tradesmen. There was one time when she decided to replace all the windows, and she lined up a whole series of people to come in to give her an estimate for new windows at half-hour intervals. And they overlapped, but she kind of played one against the other. She did not like the no-dog rule in her condominium association, so she went door to door, 96 of them, with her proposed dog amendment. And in the process, she got the amendment passed and was elected to the board. And that's how she met Judy 45, who is here tonight. It's been a joy to watch and develop over the years, and in those years along came Will. And Will is good for her. He makes her better. She makes him better. He completes her. And we were thrilled to have Will join our family, and Will's family, his parents and all his family. And Will, on the other hand, has the one character defect that Harley was talking about. He seems to be partial to Iowa college football, but Will grew up on a farm, like at least 4 other people in this room, with a background from his parents of teaching, military service, as well as farming. I assume that's part of why Will has the work ethic he has and why he is as handy as he is. And Will went to University of Iowa, or maybe it was Penn State, for and then law school. And I've read his article on soybeans and wheat futures, and it was well written. I don't know that I understood it, but Will is intelligent and compassionate and handy, a good drink mixer, fire starter, and a good cook. And Anne and Will have shared their lives together themselves. They travel and hike and camp together and live together. And I said they're very good for each other. And we're proud to welcome Will into our family. Will, by the way, is also an excellent musician. And there's a possibility he might be playing something for us later. I offered to sing instead, but a few of you have more singing, professional, public singing experience than I do, like Jeff and Nancy, and Will, Carol Walton, Frank Stone, and I think actually everybody in this room has a better singing voice, including Percy. But we are happy that we are all together. We are happy to see Anne spread her wings. And Mimi and I have often said, give your kids at least 2 things. One is roots, and the other is wings. And with Will, the wind beneath her wings, we have been the dirt for her roots. Thank you for coming, and it's time to make a toast, and you can raise your glasses and think concisely, right, that may you always live happily for a long and happy married life. Thank you.